Oh, you know what? I do Blockbuster online. Here's the envelope for Blockbuster online, right there. And here's the envelope for Netflix. I do both. Because I really don't want the brick and mortar stores to go away. Once they're totally gone, you people are going to be like, oh man, what have we done? Don't get rid of Netflix. You've got Netflix. It's gone up to $16. Got Blockbuster. It's like $8 or $9. Get both. What? Oh, what are you, a moron? We don't want to pay $16. What are we going to get both companies for? And I hate Blockbuster. They suck. And I agree, Blockbuster has burned bridges in the past, but they've turned around. Netflix. You've got the convenience of streaming. I didn't think that was a big deal. It is. It's a very big deal. When you need something to show, like right now, I've got Life on Mars streaming in the background. Excellent show. It's just awesome to have a show series to stream. However, some of the shows are segmented, which sucks. They say you've got to rent the first 3 DVDs and then you can stream the rest. Well, now you're going to have to buy the $16 plan with Netflix. It's kind of manipulative almost. It's like they were setting people up for this to happen. If you're like me and you love retro stuff, Netflix keeps on getting more and more retro shows, between the animated shows we watched when we were kids to the shows like Cheers. Netflix, if anybody from Netflix watches this, please get Night Court in Manimal and put The Greatest American Hero back online and put all seasons of Dexter online, not just season 1 and 2, all Dexter seasons. Reduce your Netflix plan to the streaming. Well, HootyHaHa, you just said that some of the shows we're going to have to rent the DVD, so we might as well do the $16 plan. If you're going to pay $16 anyway to have to rent DVDs by mail, you might as well go with Blockbuster if you're going to rent stuff by mail. Here's why. Because when you get a Blockbuster DVD by mail, you can take that mail DVD down to the store and swap it for another movie, brand new or whatever. And Blockbuster has all their movies out about a month, 28 days to a month or something like that, before Redbox, Netflix, before all the stuff. There's no late fees on the swaps. If you swap it with the mail, if you stay within the mail, the online program, no late fees. Video games. I still play stupid. I still play video games, but I'm sick of paying $65 for video games and playing them one time and realizing I don't like them. Mortal Kombat. Huh? No, I like Mortal Kombat. My controller's just screwed up, and you can't play Mortal Kombat with a screwed up controller. And if you're a parent with kids, talk about saving money. And then once you get those video games by mail, just pretend this is a video game. You get the video game by mail, you can take that down to the store also and swap it for another video game. No charge, no fee, no late fees if you stay within that plan. However, if you do the two DVD a month, one at a time plan, you get that DVD, you swap it, that counts as your second DVD by mail. But do this, and I hope nobody at Blockbuster is watching right now. You get the first mail or DVD, movie or game, you put that back in the mail, and then they'll send you back another mail DVD. That's for your 2 for the month. But your second mail DVD, that's when you take it in and trade it in. Now you've just gotten 3 DVDs for the 2 DVD plan. Oh, naughty! Why did I do that? Stay with Netflix. Okay, I'm not bashing Netflix. I love Netflix for the streaming and everything I said previously. They're getting a ton of History Channel and Discovery shows. I've been watching a bunch of the UFO stuff. I don't believe in UFOs, but I love it for entertainment value. And I've been watching all the retro cartoons from the 80s that are on there. Hope Netflix gets more. Netflix doesn't have any online customer support. Stay with Netflix. I love Netflix. Blockbuster online does. You can email them, and when I've emailed them, I've gotten a response back within 5 hours to the next day. You should stay with Netflix. If you're with Netflix, stay with Netflix. Stay with Blockbuster. Do the cheapy plans for both companies. That way, you have the best of both worlds. You've got Netflix streaming, and then whenever you get to a TV show that's not available on Netflix or that is segmented, like where the episodes are missing, which happens a lot on these series, Battlestar Galactica. I've never watched it, but everybody kept saying, you gotta watch this show, it's so awesome. And so I put it up on my Netflix deal, and the first 3 episodes weren't available, but the rest was available. Well, I don't want to start streaming it at 4. I've got to watch stuff in order. I can't pick up and watch it. When that happens, you can rent it with Blockbuster online, okay? If you're going to pay $16 for Netflix anyway, you might as well say, no, I'm going to do the cheapy Netflix and the cheapy Blockbuster and pay $16 that way. It'd be about $17 for both of them. So that way, you've got it split. You're giving both companies revenue to keep people employed, and you've got movies and games over here. The concessions they have there, tons of specials on concessions. The streaming options, everybody says Blockbuster doesn't stream. They do stream if you've got the right device. If you have some Samsung devices and some like Toshiba devices, I think they'll stream. I don't know. I still don't know if you have to pay to stream those. If you do, oh man, that was a bad mistake on their part. They need to really do something to have one fee for streaming, just like Netflix. $8.99, you get streaming, or something like that. Man, y'all missed the bus on the Netflix, or on the Xbox, PlayStation, and Wii. I don't know who didn't jump on the ball on that with Blockbuster. Oh my gosh, somebody's slapping their head right now. With Netflix, I've called their operators, and they're cool people. They're always nice, but man, it takes so long to wait to get to talk to somebody. And even 5 minutes is too long to wait now. But I waited like 10 minutes. I was watching a TV show, and I kept looking down at the timer, and that was 10 minutes. I went to Blockbuster. This was a mail movie. This is the leftover receipt. Don't look at my address. And I took the DVD, and I rented this movie, Insidious. Excellent movie. There is no late fee on this movie. I can keep this movie forever. However, did that just rhyme? I can keep this movie for as long as I want. This was my mail DVD. This is the one that I swapped in for it. If I keep this for 2 weeks, Blockbuster will not send me a DVD back until I put this one back in the store. I'm not sure if this is true or if this is something that the customer service just told me. But Blockbuster has a deal with the post office, or they used to. When as soon as that post office scans this where they're at, it sends a signal to Blockbuster and they throw out the next DVD. Netflix, they have their scanners too, but I don't think they scan them until they get to the store, to whichever, Netflix, they have several different locations around the nation. Like my location where they mail mine from, it's like 5 miles down the road, but it takes forever for me to get a DVD back. On my free subscription, see? What the hell? Boy, I just turned into a redneck, didn't I? What the hell? I think I have ADD. I think that's a real thing. Oh yeah. If you go to Blockbuster and you rent a movie directly from the store, that's when the late fee applies. Blockbuster has dropped their prices dramatically. To rent a brand new movie that's out like right now, it's $2.99, but it's due back the next day. A fairly new movie is $1.99. A regular movie, I think, is even cheaper. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. That's another beef I had. When all the Blockbusters were closing down, I felt bad for the employees that were losing their jobs. Well, they'll get a job somewhere else. You know what? If you keep on taking away jobs out of society, those people keep on multiplying. What are the more jobs they're supposed to get? They keep taking jobs away because of lazy Netflixers like me. But hey, at least I'm doing both plans. At least I'm doing both programs. You have a time limit with Netflix where you can report problems with your DVDs. Right now, it's happened to me 2 times where I couldn't report the issue about my DVD until like 2 days later because it didn't match their time frame from when they sent out the DVD. Well, I had the DVD, I had the problem, I needed to report it now. That's when I made that call that took me 10 minutes, and I finally hung up. They need to make it to where you can report the problem immediately because you can with Blockbuster. If you get a scratch disc, if you get the wrong disc, if you send a disc back within 1 day or 2 days, you can report your DVD missing. Hey, I sent my DVD back and Blockbuster hasn't received it yet according to the queue. Now if you do it the same day you mail it back, that's fishy and they're going to catch on to you. You take that scratched DVD down to Blockbuster and you swap it immediately. You don't have to wait for Netflix. Netflix, you get a damaged DVD, you have to wait to mail it back. You have to wait for that time for it to get mailed back, and then for the time for the correct DVD to get mailed back to you. Blockbuster, you go down the street, you swap it, and you come back home, and there it is. I know what I'm talking about. If you can't read my mind and understand what I'm saying, that's your problem. Customer service, face-to-face customer service. That's going to go away once all the Blockbuster stores are gone. It's almost inevitable. Inevitable. Anyway, you got customer service that can tell you if a movie is good or not. Because the front of this box, I think, well, the boy is the bad guy. And then I read the description on the back, and it's like, oh, well, the boy is they almost spoil it on the back. You think they do, but then if you watch it, there's a twist, a good twist, and not a typical twist that's not a twist. Anyway, I could talk to the girl. I said, is this good? Does this spoil it? Because I see the boy and I read the back and it's almost giving it away. She goes, no, it's good. You gotta go into the twist. I wouldn't be able to do that with Netflix. With Netflix or Blockbuster, honestly, I would have added them in my queue. I would have gotten one of them. It would have sucked, maybe. And then I would have had to wait for my next DVD. Hollywood Video. I loved Hollywood Video. Gone. I don't know where one is anymore. I don't know if they're still in business. I haven't looked online, but the one in the city down the street, way down, is gone. The one in my city is gone. I'm not telling y'all where I live. The movie galleries, they're gone. It sucks, man. It sucks. It's gonna suck because when you go online and you look at the movies, you don't have that whole spread of movies in front of you. You go on there, on the website, and you start browsing, and you only know what they're popping up for you. Like the movie Boltneck with Ryan Reynolds. If you haven't seen that one, it's a Ryan Reynolds movie, and he's in it a lot. It's good. That wouldn't be popped up on the front of the deal, the website. Plain Clothes with Robert Stack and the dude from Cheers. I forget it. George Wendt. You wouldn't see that on the front of the website, but you might see it in the store because you can walk around and browse and see everything. You're limited online on the website. Everybody used to think the internet's going to open up possibilities, but it's really not. This is the internet in your closed up little home in front of your computer with all the outside resources taken out, and you can't see anything because you're like this in your closed off little world with all your pissed off, angry little internet board posters that get mad at everything that you post online, and if you ask something they call you a noob. My parents are disowning me right now. My dad already told me he doesn't know who I am. He told me. Somebody asked him why I'm so stupid, and he goes, I don't know. It's just, he doesn't get it from me. I don't get it from my mom.